On June 19, Hezbollah leader warned Cyprus that it would become a target if it assisted Israel in attacking Lebanon, causing Cyprus's government spokesperson to stress that
any public allegations that refer to an involvement of Cyprus through its infrastructure or its territory in the event of a confrontation that relates to Lebanon are totally groundless. Cyprus has never facilitated and will not facilitate any aggressive action or attack against any country.
So where have these accusations come from? Cyprus was under British colonial rule until it won its independence in 1960. But the UK still has 2 military bases in Akrotiri and Dikalia, and there's been a lot of activity over the last 8 months. Declassified UK revealed in November 2023 that RAF aircraft transport flew out daily from Akrotiri to Tel Aviv between October 13 and October 26, which is odd because the 2 months prior to October 7, Declassified UK found no record of British military flights from Akrotiri to Israel. In the first 24 days of the Gaza war, 40 heavy transport aircraft operated by the US Air Force landed in the UK-owned military bases. When Grant Shapps, the British Minister of Defence, was asked to specify what was being transported, he refused to give any details. He told the UK government that it was only defensive material or material that could help recover the hostages. The UK also allegedly used these bases in January 2024 to launch attacks against the Houthis in Yemen, and the bases have reportedly been used to arm Israel in its war against Gaza and Hezbollah in South Lebanon. Cyprus's government has previously allowed Israel to use its airspace for military drills only, not in active conflicts.
Η Κυπριακή Δημοκρατία δεν είναι μέρος του προβλήματος. Η Κυπριακή Δημοκρατία είναι μέρος της λύσης. Και ο ρόλος μας αυτός, όπως εκδηλώνεται για παράδειγμα μέσα από τον ανθρωπιστικό διάδρομο, αναγνωρίζεται όχι μόνο από τον αραβικό κόσμο, αλλά από το σύνολο της διεθνούς κοινότητας.
It's not clear if the Cypriot government are told what these bases are used for or what they're transporting. And the UK is not required to give this information. British MP Kenny McCaskill said,
"We do know that RAF Arcatiri is not simply being used by the RAF to fly into Israel, but we've handed it over to the United States so that they can move things into Israel." Of course, when we ask the UK government, what is America moving from Cyprus into Israel, they can't answer. And of course, when you ask the Americans, they say, well, we can't tell you because it's a British base. It is a deliberate distortion to allow Israel to be supplied through the UK acting in complicity with the United States of America. The UK must stand up, stop being complicit with the United States, stop being supine to Israel, and stand up for humanity.
This complicates Cyprus's position because although they claim to be neutral, the country is home to 2 UK military bases housing US-UK electronic intelligence stations. Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan said, "We frequently see in intelligence reports that certain countries use the Greek Cypriot administration of southern Cyprus as a base, particularly for operations in Gaza. When you become a part of the ongoing wars in the Middle East, this fire will come and find you too. And as we share the same geography, it will then come and hit us too. Our advice to them is to stay away from the conflict." There have been protests in Cyprus against the alleged use of British bases for military operations in the region. Cypriot citizens are worried they're going to be dragged into a war, especially after Hezbollah's threat. The Cypriot government is also worried about the potential influx of refugees from Lebanon and Syria if the conflict escalates. Cyprus already has the highest ratio of asylum seekers to population in the EU. In fact, the EU has been providing financial assistance to Lebanon to manage migration and avoid this scenario.